and welcome to Let's Chat Movie News, for the week ending the 23rd of May 2014. I am Sanchez, and over there's Liam Best.
Hello.
And over there, right over there, Simon Burrows.
Hello.
I thought I'd lost you for a second.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm here.
So,
We have
got
news.
ourselves a fairly interesting movie news week of movie news this week. So,
And there's three of us.
and yes,
Us three.
Yeah.
back to being all three of us. We're sure you're thrilled.
The
Yeah.
dynamic triplet. No, that's
No,
not
it
right,
doesn't
is
work.
it? That doesn't work.
The Terraneous Trio.
That'll do.
Yep.
That's going to be the
Right.
subtitle of the podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
First item of news. Should we jump right into it?
Oh, eager. Let's go with this one.
Okay.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yep.
As you'll know from my last podcast, we are very fond of this movie.
Ugh.
Go listen to that. That's live
Yep.
in a store near you. More likely the internet.
So, I assume in the news you're referencing is...
No.
Oh.
You
No,
might
I'll
speak.
I'll let you say it. Yeah, go ahead.
You might have spoiled the better bit of news from Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
Got to save that till later.
No, I was going to say the fact that it was highest grossing film. Is that the bit of news you're
Yeah.
referring to? Yeah.
You just spoiled it.
Liam,
I
just
was gonna
get
build
off.
up
Just,
to it.
yeah, just,
Okay.
just get off there. Just go.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'll let Sam say it.
Yeah.
Okay. Godzilla had the biggest opening weekend in terms of box office.
Of 2014.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's new news for me. Oh, I didn't hear that about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're pretty
Thank you
happy
for
with
ruining it,
this.
Liam.
We're pretty happy with this because we think it deserves it. It is a very good film.
Yeah, Simon.
Like, Simon hasn't seen, so if all our listeners
I
should
know.
shut him. If they see him in the street, just push him over and roar at him as if he's a Godzilla. Well, he'll get.
How weird would that look to other people? It'd be like-
Mate, you'll be going through town. One in 5 people will be pushing you over. They'll be our listeners.
I don't know the figures. Do you?
I know that on its opening day, it made a domestic box office of 93 million in America, and I think 105 worldwide. So all in all, pretty solid figures.
Yes, Simon. Go see it.
Fine. I will.
Yes.
In the UK, it made 6.4 million in its opening weekend. Pretty impressive. But yeah, US box office was 93.2 million.
Wow.
So
Suck on that
is-
cap.
yeah, that is a lot of money. Captain
I bet it's
America's.
fine. Oh.
Captain America was only slightly less, but still less.
Exactly.
So Godzilla wins.
Woo.
I bet it's just Bryan Cranston buying all those tickets. Though, wasn't
He's rich enough.
Ticket after ticket.
Yeah. just rented out the entire cinema for a weekend and then just bought all the tickets.
So yeah, it beat Bad Neighbours, which only made 26 million that week, and Amazing Spider-Man 2, which only made 17. So pretty impressive, especially for
It beat it.
for a
Beat it by quite-
non-sequel as well. So all's good.
Too much hype. Yeah, that's what it was. The hype was too much.
It wasn't too much. It was a very good film.
Oh, okay.
You'd have known if
fine.
you'd have gone and seen it, Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, being a bit aggressive.
Our first fight in an episode.
So next bit of news.
Fine. Eager again. Moving
Oh,
it
I
all
was talking
along.
about Godzilla. We did a whole podcast on it.
Yeah, but not on its money.
Okay, Next bit of news.
Have you ever wanted to be in a Star Wars movie?
I really have. It's one of
Yeah.
my lifelong dreams.
Well,
Who wouldn't?
now you can, thanks to good old J.J. Abrams. Depending on how much you donate to this charity online, you'll be given a chance to enter a competition and star as an extra in Star Wars Episode 7.
Which would be truly true. You would be immortalised in one of the greatest collections of movies to have ever blessed the big screen. So it's a pretty big deal.
That was a lot of adjectives.
Oh,
That's how
yeah.
big this is.
This is a very big deal.
I'm feeling teary-eyed just listening. Oh.
I mean, yeah.
That's not the only thing though.
That is the only thing.
You can also win stuff like the script to the film and an advanced screening to see it.
That's pretty cool. That sounds
The
cool.
script cost $10,000.
Oh.
Jesus.
I might just enter that tonight, you know.
Yeah, me too.
Casually get the script for $10,000.
Yeah, why not?
I've
Yeah,
got that somewhere.
Of course, also as a first glimpse of one of the sets from Star Wars
And-
Episode 7.
We get to see a puppet alien.
Very cool puppet alien. If I need to
It
say
isn't
myself.
CGI.
Which is impressive. Puppets have come a long way since the Yoda for the original trilogy. So I'm glad to see they're not forcing CGI into everything. I imagine it hopefully means less lens flare. So you know, I complain about that. The creature's an alien on a planet that looks a lot like Tatooine, but
Yeah.
yeah, it looks good. Well, I guess I don't know what more to say about it than that, but it looks pretty cool.
Puppets.
Puppets.
That's the final word.
Yep.
Well, now the final word is the final word. Okay, puppets. Moving on.
Next,
Right.
next piece of news then.
I'm going to say some names. Alright?
Okay.
Tom Hanks. Steven Spielberg. The Coen brothers. They're going to be working together on a film. Did your mind just explode?
It did. Those are
I
three
thought so.
big Hollywood names.
So, this film is a Cold War drama set in the 60s.
The Cold War, presumably.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
God.
seems legit. And so it'll be written by the Coens, directed by Spielberg, and the lead will be Tom Hanks.
Well, I pretty much love like most Tom Hanks films, so I'm already excited for this.
Only most.
I say most because I haven't seen some of his older romantic-y stuff, so no comment on that really.
Yeah, but out of the ones you've seen,
Okay, fine. Out of the ones I've seen, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that I like all of them. So, except for Toy Story, it's shit.
what?
Joking.
Jeez.
Profanity buzzer, profanity buzzer.
No, I do. I mean, he holds many a place in my top 100. He does, Tom Hanks. So, I must say I do really like him.
Spielberg as well?
Yep. Has it got a title yet?
No.
Okay.
And no release date.
Ah, yes, untitled Cold War thriller.
But I reckon it'll be around middle of 2016.
Yeah, that's what I'd have guessed.
So we've got ages.
Yeah. Still, regardless, there's some exciting new films coming up to bide time between now and that release. So
Yeah. Mostly average films.
I don't know.
Got Star Wars, Interstellar,
Average films.
Batman vs Superman.
I think we'll be tied over quite well between now and then. So I think we're okay.
I reckon it'll win 12 Oscars.
Which you reckon what'll win 12 Oscars? The
The-
Cold War one.
Yeah.
Seems like the kind of thing that would win Oscars.
Best
But
actor.
I honestly can't call it until I've actually seen,
It
something
will.
other than the fact that it's set in the Cold War.
Yeah, but look at who's involved with it.
Yeah, I'm not. It's undeniably going to be good. How good is still down for interpretation.
It's gonna be my favourite film ever.
That's
Calling
a
it
bold
now.
statement.
Yes,
Cool.
very bold statement.
It's gonna finish 47th on the IMDb top 250.
All right. Well, viewers, if you still listen to us 2 years from now, you'll get to see whether we were right or wrong. I'm sure you'll remember, because this is definitely as important to you as it is us.
Yeah. Write this down.
Yep. So, next bit of news.
Yeah. I reckon we should move
My
on.
laptop's just frozen. No, I'm back. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right, next bit of news.
The Man of Steel sequel is now officially called Batman vs Superman: Dawn on Justice.
I looked
Simon?
at that title and I loved it. Oh,
Yes.
I love
I
that
bet
title.
Liam hated it.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Starting a title with Batman versus Superman is horribly cliched.
Oh,
But
Liam.
I like Dawn of Justice. It's a subtle hint towards the beginnings of the Justice League, but the title's nothing special, nothing that I couldn't have come up with, to be fair.
So Liam now
Dawn
thinks
of-
he's a
it's
good
just-
producer now.
Yeah, we're about to go into the Justice League film. We call it Dawn of Justice, but Batman and Superman will be fighting, so we call it Batman versus Superman. I don't know, it's not a very inventive title.
What would you have called it?
I don't know. That's not my area of
Exactly.
expertise. I merely talk about these
Right.
things, Sam. But I wouldn't have left Batman versus Superman in the title. That seems
It's-
like more of a working title.
but it's
thing. That doesn't seem
exciting.
like something that should be in a proper title.
Batman
I
versus Superman.
disapprove.
It'll probably be redone though when it's closer to the time.
I doubt it. Not now.
No,
that
it's official.
And I've never heard a good film where the title begins with something versus something.
Alien versus
Mega
Predator.
Shark versus... No, they weren't good films.
King
Mega
Kong
Shark
versus Godzilla.
Giant Octopus. King Kong. These are all B-list films. So
What?
if you put versus in the title of something, it just doesn't resonate well with me.
I bet if the next Marvel film was called Iron Man versus Captain America, you'd like it's the best title ever.
No.
Just 'cause
I don't have
DC,
anything against DC
you
per
hate it.
se. I love the Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. So there you go. See, but he didn't just call his Batman versus the Joker. He called it the Dark Knight. It was good. It was original. It was nice. So,
Okay, so what should we call this one? No, I was about to say something, but that would sound racist. Oh god.
to be fair, Dawn
Mixing
of
the dark.
Justice would have been a fine title on its own, if you ask me.
Nah.
It would have been pretty cool, yeah. But they couldn't have mixed the Dark Knight and Superman together, could they? If you could figure out what my racist comment could have been, I'll give you a cookie.
I don't even. We're not even gonna. Let's just swiftly move on from the racist comment
Next bit of news.
to the next bit of news.
We're on the final bit already.
Really?
It's not even been
Sorry.
15 minutes.
Sorry, folks. It's been a fairly slow news week this week, but we've still got trailers and stuff. to
Yeah.
talk about. We're all right.
So now for the best, but the least surprising news of the week. Godzilla Sequel!
I thought you were
And the
lying
awkward
about
silence fills the podcast.
No one wants
I
this?
Sam, I assume, is excited for it.
Yes! I can't wait!
Why
Mothra!
not?
Mecha Godzilla!
No.
Oh.
This is not the sort of film that should just have a sequel milked out of it for money, in my opinion.
It's-
It might be okay, but as I mentioned in the other podcast, it's going to be very, very difficult to keep it original.
I can't comment because I haven't seen Godzilla yet, so...
How do you feel about the fact that this film is getting a sequel, in general?
Well, it's just the fact that it's ruined the fact that Godzilla isn't dead. Oh no, that might have been a spoiler for other people. Oh no. No, but I don't know.
Godzilla might not be dead,
Well,
or
no,
he might be. Maybe it's a prequel.
Oh,
Maybe it was before. Oh my god, mind blown. Right. Anyway, and I don't know. I'm not looking. Well, I wasn't really looking forward to Godzilla, but now I want to see it. It could potentially be good, depending on what they put into it, I suppose.
They definitely need to do a complete recast. No more Bryan Cranston, no more Aaron Taylor Johnson, no more Elizabeth Olsen. They need to do a completely new human element to keep it fresh. Otherwise, it's just going to be bland, repetitive, and just not as good as it could have been, in my opinion.
yeah, we spoke about this on the other podcast.
Yeah, sort of repeating myself a bit now for anyone that's already listened to Godzilla.
So if you want to know more about what we think of the sequel, go listen
please,
to that.
yeah, please listen to our Godzilla podcast on our normal Let's Chat Movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, I'm not in that one, so you don't have to see it if you don't want to.
Simon's actually been in less podcasts than me and Sam. He's a bit of an amateur compared to us.
Yeah. Letting
What?
side down.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is only a 6th podcast. Out of 9.
Definitely. I mean,
It's not bad, I suppose.
well, that's for us to decide, isn't it, Simon?
Oh god, here we go.
As the main two that do the podcasts.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, fine.
Right.
Well,
Next bit of the podcast, shall we?
I just want to say that the Cannes Festival
Yep.
is going on.
Cannes Film Festival.
Not Cannes,
All very-
as fellow Liams say it.
The Cannes Film Festival. It's all very exciting. There's I've heard there's lots of original movies, lots of first-time directing. So,
Lots of Gosling.
all good. Yeah, lots of weird Gosling films.
Well,
So,
only one, but
Well, yeah.
there's lots
Lots
of
of
it.
weird Gosling film. Yep. One of the ones that's attracted the most attention is definitely Foxcatcher. This is directed by Bennett Miller and starring Steve Carell. It's mostly getting attention because it's Steve Carell in one of his more serious roles, which and apparently does a very good job of it. It's a drama based on the true story of Mark Schultz, an Olympic wrestler whose relationship with mentor John DuPont and brother Dave Schultz would lead to unlikely circumstances. I won't say any more than that, but its main character, its main characters Channing Tatum, Steve Carell, and Mark Ruffalo, who you may know as Hulk from the Avengers. Of course, Channing Tatum is pretty good in about half of his films, so I have faith in him. And Bennett Miller's proven himself to be a fairly good director. I mean, he did Capote back in 2005, and that won an Oscar, so can't have been all that bad. And he also did Moneyball in 2011 with Brad Pitt, which was nominated for 6 Oscars. So he's got a pretty good track record. So I think Foxcatcher is going to be popular among the Cannes people. It's nominated for the highest award at Cannes, so the Palme d'Or. So good luck to that. Yeah, the other movie that caught our eye was the Ryan Gosling directed one, wasn't it, Sam?
Yeah. It's been getting lots of mixed reviews from critics.
Mostly just because it's very strange. It's called Lost River, and it is about a single mother swept into a dark underworld while her teenage son discovers a road that leads him to a secret underwater town. From what we've heard, it is about as weird as it sounds. So, yeah. It's got its main characters as Matt Smith from Doctor Who. Can you watch that? And Ian DeCastica. I don't know how to say his last name, if I'm honest. But most of you'll know him as Leo Fitz from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I imagine. So, he's probably my favourite character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I imagine he's done a pretty good job in Lost River. Yeah.
That's all we...
It's been getting really mixed reviews across the board. I mean, from those that have rated it at IMDb, it's got the most ratings is 10s and the second most ratings is 1s. So that really does show you how bipolar it is. Yeah, that's about all that caught our eye at Cannes. Seems to be shaping up to a pretty good year. I mean, you've got the debut of How to Train Your Dragon 2 there. They were at the first showing of that, so I'm sure everyone there's having a good time.
And we wish we were there.
Yeah, we do wish we were there. If anyone's listening that has some connections with the Cannes Film Festival, we'd love to go and represent our podcast at Cannes 2015. So, if you could hook us up with some tickets, that would be amazing. Cheers.
You're such a screw.
And now on to trailers.
Trailers. It's been a pretty good week for trailers, I think.
And we're going to start off with last week's trailers. Now we're going to... I want to mention Interstellar because we didn't get to that last week.
Right.
So Liam, what do you think of that trailer?
Well, me and Sam both agree that it's sort of a... if any of you have seen these films, it's like a Children of Men crossed with something like 2001 Space Odyssey. So, of course, this is the first trailer to have shown the premise of the film. The last one was more of just a teaser trailer. So, yeah, I think it's shaping up to look like a pretty good film. I mean, I enjoyed the trailer. I'm not sure. I've not seen enough of the film from the trailer yet to make a solid judgment about what I think of it. But the premise is certainly very interesting, and they have an absolutely brilliant cast. I mean, everyone in there is A-list actors, top notch, top of their game. I mean, McConaughey's in it, and he won the Oscar for Best Actor last year, so he's in sort of his best years of acting at the minute. Alongside, of course, your regular faces in the Nolan films, such as Michael Caine, who's been in a majority of the Nolan films. So I don't know. I think it looks to be pretty good. What do you think, Sam?
I think there's going to be a lot more space in the film than that was shown in the trailer.
Yeah.
I think Nolan is good at hiding important parts of his films when making a trailer. So if you were like kind of bored by the Earth parts of the trailer, then I doubt a lot of it will be set there.
Yeah, I agree. And certainly I doubt Christopher Nolan would churn out Interstellar as a film that he didn't have complete faith in. I mean, everything he's directed so far has been, I think everything I've seen that he's directed is in my top 100. So that says something about how good he is as a director.
The second trailer, well, the first trailer that came out this week that we're going to mention is The Secret Service.
Ah, yes. Otherwise known as Kingsman Secret Service.
No, just The Secret Service.
Okay, just The Secret Service.
Not King's stupid title. That's my thoughts on the title.
Well, I thought the trailer was really good.
Yeah.
As much as I generally dislike having chavs as protagonists, this does seem very well executed. It seems a little bit like your regular teen novel, like the Young Bond or Alex Rider in sort of its style, but it looks like it's very well directed by Matthew Vaughn, who also has a very good track record with directing. He's not got many credits to his name, but among them are some of my favourite films like X-Men First Class and Layer Cake and Kick-Ass. So I have the utmost faith in him. Again, the cast is very strong. I mean, you've got Colin Firth as the main guy. You've got Mark Hamill, Samuel Jackson,
Mark Hamill?
Michael Caine. Yep, Mark Hamill plays James Arnold.
Wow.
So I am really looking forward to this. This is probably one of my up there with my most anticipated films of this year. So I'm pretty happy with the look of this.
When is it being released?
The 17th of October.
So not too long away.
Not too long. The action scenes look really good.
Yeah.
It looks like the pacing on the film is just right. What do you think?
It's Matthew Vaughn. Can't go wrong. Everything he's made has been great. So
Yeah.
I reckon this will be too.
hmm
I just hope that Sam Jackson has a bigger role than that's shown in the trailer.
See, I think it looks like he might potentially be the villain, which would mean they're not going to give too much away in the first trailer. I mean, he's the second highest up on the IMDb list as credited. So
Right.
I don't know. I think that it'll be good, and you'll get as much Samuel Jackson as you could want.
Yeah.
Of course, it's based on a comic book, this is the third movie directed by Matthew Vaughn based on a comic book. So he's adept at that by now, I suppose, given that his first two ones were Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class. So I don't know. This is certainly promising as a film, I reckon. Care to weigh in, Simon? No? Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Moving on. The final trailer this week is the fantastic Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep, really looking forward to this. I am a huge Marvel fan, and Guardians of the Galaxy is the perfect title, if you ask me. It really does capture what it's about. Yeah, I really like this trailer. I mean, based on it, the cast has a real Firefly element to it. It seems dynamic. It seems varied. It seems fun.
Bringing up
That's a
TV
key part.
again.
That's a key part of a Marvel film, of a Marvel Cinematic Universe film. It's got to be fun. So, and the acting seems really good. Even the voice acting seems to have a lot of passion.
Yes, we
behind it.
revealed Rocket's voice.
Yep, Rocket's voice.
First time.
Bradley Cooper, who is of course a terrific actor. So
Sounds great.
yeah, it's shaping up to be really good. The special effects and the action sequences look very fun. So this is possibly my most anticipated film of this year, I reckon. Certainly, maybe not this year. Certainly this summer. Most anticipated film this summer.
Is it classed as summer? I guess it is.
What? Yeah, July, late summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also get Groot saying "I am Groot."
Yep. First time we've heard Vin Diesel do his voicing for this film as well. So.
And we also get more "Hooked on a Feeling." That song's been
really
stuck in my head for
Yeah.
ages.
I like that they choose that song. They chose that song for the movie. It seems to fit it quite well.
And what I like about this is that it's the first comic book movie that's set in space. The first sci-fi comic book movie.
Yeah, which is good. Well, first one by Marvel. I imagine it's not the first ever.
Really?
There'll be less mainstream ones that will have been based
Not
on...
classing like Rocketeer or anything like that. That doesn't count.
There will have been others, I'm
Nah.
sure, that we're just not aware of. But this is certainly one of the first mainstream ones.
Yeah. So DC losing out again?
Yep.
I guess you no, Green Lantern? Nah.
Also, I like the fact that this is incorporating the Nova Corps into the to the Marvel universe, which I think are really cool. I think especially plus since Zac Efron's been rumored to have been cast in a Marvel movie for the future, I reckon he would do a pretty good job of playing someone from Nova Corps. Yeah.
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 I said Nova, Moon Knight, or someone I've forgotten.
Yeah.
Who was the third person I said?
I really can't remember.
Yeah.
But I think Deadpool.
That's Fox.
Yeah. I think personally that he has aged well as an actor. In that I didn't like him in High School Musical, but he seems to have done much better since then. So yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy. We're definitely looking forward to that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna feed my Star Wars hunger.
Yeah.
What of it just being in space?
Yeah. It's got that Star Wars
just being
vibe
in
though.
space is enough.
Yeah.
And talking raccoons. Come on.
Yep. Everything you need right there.
And you've got Emmett
It's
from
not
the
good.
Lego movie.
Yes, and that. So
That's all the trailers for this
all
week.
the
All
trailers
the
that we
big
care about.
ones.
Anyway, all the ones we care about.
Yeah.
If there are any of the trailers you want us to talk about, you can message us and we'll put them into next week's episode. Sound good?
Yeah.
So,
Onto your bit, Liam.
all right, okay, yeah, sure. I guess I'm gonna update you on the DVDs I've bought this week, or actually not even in the last 2 weeks because I wasn't with you last week for the news podcast. Unfortunately, I was at a party. There was a story.
I think there should be a theme tune for this part. I think Simon
Okay.
should sing something
Well-
to set it
No,
up.
no.
Go on.
No.
Oh.
No.
I won't spend too long on it, but the DVDs I got this week are Night Watch, Hero, El Mariachi, Desperado, Once Upon a Time in America, Attack the Block, From Dusk Till Dawn, Commando, RoboCop, Miami Vice, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Spartacus, Lawrence of Arabia, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prison of Azkaban, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Not got Part 1. The Outlaw Josie Wales, Batman Forever, Batman Returns, Jaws, and The Wolf of Wall Street. Of these, I am most excited to watch The Wolf of Wall Street. Given that I'm
Yeah.
actually only 17, I wasn't able to go see it in the cinema. So I waited and waited for the DVD release, and it was this Monday. So I'm very much looking forward to watching that. And probably also Attack the Block as well, to be fair. Mostly because the main character is John Boyega, who has been confirmed for the Star Wars Episode 7 cast. So very much looking forward to seeing his other main bit of work. So
I keep seeing him pop up and everything now.
really.
Yeah, I'm watching the new 24 show, and he's in that.
Oh,
And
right.
today I watched. Oh no. Okay, I'll tell you the story. I was watching Salt today. I'd give it
Watching what, sorry?
6.8.
Oh,
Salt.
Yeah,
I'd
right.
give it a 6.8 out of 10.
Right.
Okay. So there's this bit near the start, and they're in this security place, and there were these two black men on these computers. I was like, oh, it's John Boyega. And it wasn't.
It was
No.
awkward.
It was only like a quick shot of him though, and then they cut away, and it was like, oh, that must have been him. And then
Well,
cut back, and it wasn't.
we really are putting in the racism this episode, aren't we?
It should be named as the racist podcast.
Let's chat
this week.
racism, yeah.
I thought it was the name of UKIP's new podcast. I've been meaning to rewatch Salt. Gotta say, I watched it maybe 2 years ago, and I really wasn't a fan. It just left with a sour taste in my mouth. It just didn't find it enjoyable at all. I thought the acting was second rate, and the plot was going nowhere, and it was really choppy. But I don't know. I'll rewatch it, and I'll report back and let you know what I think.
Okay. What I hated most about it was the product placement. There were these two chase scenes, and every car was a Chevrolet. And they had close-ups
Oh yeah,
of
I
the
noticed
symbol
that. Yeah.
in the chase scenes. So irritating.
So, are we done, or do you want to flesh it out with some more?
That's everything for this week. Are you
Yep.
guys done?
Yeah.
Then we're all done for this week. Oh,
Yeah.
it's another episode closing already.
Oh,
Well,
It's been fun
we hope you
while it
enjoyed this week's
lasted.
episode of Let's Chat Movie News. Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yep, you've now been updated. You can go tell your friends. You can chime in on movie conversations, and you can thank us for it. Then spread the word. We are an amazing podcast.
You can't. No, you can't say you can spread the word. You have to spread the word.
I said they can chime in on conversations about movies now because we told them. Therefore, they have to spread the
no.
word.
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
Well, thanks for listening.
Right.
Bye.
Best.
Okay, do this again.
Uh,
Inflate your ego a bit more.
Sorry, take it away, Sam. You can sign us off.
No? I'm not as full of myself as you.
Okay. Okay, right. I've been Liam Best. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, and we'll see you next week.
I've been a host. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.